Right guys, there's another day off, so I can make more progress on the XV500. At that point I've done a few things off camera. You've seen me do the fork seals, but I've done wheel bearings and headstock bearings as well. Headstock bearing actually were pretty good condition, probably didn't need changing, but I got it out, you know, might as well do it. It's only a quick job, but this way I know it's all done properly. So the front end is pretty much done. There's a few more things I want to do. Probably best if I take you for a ride over here and I'll show you what I mean instead of explaining that, yeah? Hang on a second. Yeah, I figure that's probably going to be easier to explain what I need to do right now. There's a few things in the pipeline. The main thing I want to do, which is the biggest project at the moment in my head, get rid of all that subframe and the seat and everything else that comes with it, and I want to build my own subframe from scratch. Change the geometry of the frame a little bit. I mean, the frame goes right over there. It's a very strange frame. It doesn't have any down tubes, so the engine is part of the frame really. It's the way it's bolted on. I'll show you that later on. But what I'm planning to do, I want to raise the petrol tank from a back slightly. I'm not sure how much yet. I need to strip it all down and have a look. So I want to have like a more or less straight line coming over there, and then subframe starting from the middle of the frame underneath the petrol tank. That's what needs to be lifted slightly up, and then carry on all the way down there till more or less the middle, slightly behind the rear axle. Weights over there. Whether I'm going to do a little kickback on the back or not, I don't know yet. But before I get there, I need to strip everything down. So that's what I'm going to do next. Why am I going with this right now and not other things? Simply because changing geometry of the bike will affect some other things. So I need to level up the carburetor on it, and the float ball needs to be in the right level. Then I want to relocate it as well. This guy, the SU carb, I need to relocate it. I've got a round pipe coming for it, so I would like it to face forward, so I'll probably need to move the whole contraption one way, or maybe even move it to this side and bolt it somewhere somehow, but that's later stage. I want to drop it down on the forks as well, slightly, probably about, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 5 inches. Depends how much room I've got. It's actually quite long forks, so I've got some room to play here. But once this stand's going to be more aggressive and level up on the back, then I'll be more or less know what I'm heading with this project. Yeah, but that's going to be the major part over the next few videos. Probably strip it down, have a look where I'm at, and then try to manufacture something. See if I can pull this off. Right, I'm not going to bore you with all that shit right now. Let me crack on, and I'll show you the progress later on. Yeah, join me later. Okay, so this is what I am at the moment. Strip everything down as you saw me. Well, most of it, the subframe and mudguard, the lights and everything. I try to label everything as well. The electric goes, same as this side. Remove all the battery and everything. This is the wiring mess we're dealing with right now, but I'm gonna reduce it all to the minimum, whatever I can, and try to make it a bit more organized than it already is. On top of that, I found surprises like this in the back of the unit, but that's how it goes. So yeah, here we are. And then next thing I want to do, let me put you over here, so hopefully I can show you what I mean. The plan is to raise the petrol tank and fit the brakes of the subframe more or less on these lines, if that makes any sense. Now, the main foot peg is going to be the rear foot peg, so I need to move everything backwards, but that's more or less the distance I'm looking at, so the line is kind of straight. It should give you just in about good riding position, I think. That's what's in my eyes anyway. So what I will need to do is create a mount somewhere in this area, and obviously start making that subframe, so you go straight over here and then brace it from this part up here. I obviously just need to do measurements. They're just planning ahead, but that's more or less what I'm going to do. One convenient thing over here in the frame, originally there was air filter, which is no longer used as the air filter. Yeah, that's a happy accident really, because all that space here, I'm gonna fill these holes in, weld them in. All that space here gives me enough room to hide either the battery or electrics. All this shit just put in there and just tidy up, so you don't need to be anywhere on display, and the bike looks really clean, hopefully. So it's kind of lucky. Obviously air filter is not used here anymore because I got this fucking thing over here going on, and there is no air filter on it at the moment, but that's a different story. It's very convenient having this over here. And yeah, just create the mounts over here, start building that subframe as soon as I can. Got all this steel for it, so more than thick enough for the job. Should really should be a good project. Rock and roll. Enough for today. It's a nice day out there. Let's have a barbie, let's have some beer, and we take it from there. Yeah, so as I said, this is more or less what we're heading with that. That's more or less the angle and the geometry on the half of the frame. Obviously not as long. Let's end over here somewhere, and then brace it from here, so it's gives it 9 lines of straight in the bottom of the petrol tank, and yeah, a bit more head scratching, a bit more figuring out what to do, a bit more welding and grinding. But at least we're going somewhere now. We got some more exciting and some more fabrication thing to do, so that's all good. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.